Android on a thermal camera? That's crazy. It means that this is like a phone on the camera itself. The sensitivity of this thing is really impressive. It's so sensitive, huh? You can see veins there.
If you ask me what are the applications, right? Wow, they will be massive. If I'm going to say everything, I'm going to sign an NDA.
So it's all-in-one. You can shoot, you can do your report, everything on this thing. A wide range of lenses up to 1500 degrees. Surprisingly, the weight is not too bad. It makes it very easy to handle. Controls are very easily accessible. Everything can be done with just one hand. Of course, you can use your other hand for the touchscreen. So that is the unique part that we'll dive into more later. I'm going to try to be faster than you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Thermal Talk. We are kickstarting with a brand new series where we dive into the hottest trends, tips and tech in the world of infrared thermography. Whether you're a seasoned pro or you're just starting to feel the heat, this show will level up and elevate your infrared thermography game. For this first episode, we have a very special guest from Next Instruments. His name and my name, same. It's going to get confusing, but don't worry, it makes it all easier. My name is Marcus. His name is Marcus. He's going to share with us what he has in store for us. We have two cameras in front of us. This is the model just before, this is the model after. Okay, but before we get into the cameras, hello Marcus.
Hi Marcus.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for inviting me over.
We are so excited to see this camera. From the little I know, there's like so many things I want to find out. So maybe share a little bit about yourself. Share a bit about what Next is up to these days.
All right. Hi guys. My name is Marcus. I'm from Next Instruments. I'm really glad to be invited to be featured on this show. So what happens today is I'm gonna walk through on what's gonna happen on all the features that what this new camera can do. But before that, let me talk a little bit about my company. We are from Next Instruments. Basically, we are the test and measuring equipment supplier in Singapore. We have been in the industry for around 8 to 9 years for the company, but I myself have more than 10 years experience in this market.
You heard the intro. This camera is special. So maybe we'll quickly go through the base stuff. I mean, the base specs is already pretty impressive, but those are the basic stuff. Let's get that out of the way. First of all, 640 by 520 resolution. Pretty solid.
Yes. Correction, 640 by 512.
Sorry, I said wrong. 512, yes, that's right. Pretty solid. But I hear there's also super resolution?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So what happened is when we talk about the thermal cameras in the market, right? Most of the thermal cameras detectors, they're only 640 by 480. Though from 480 to 512 seems like a very small number, but that is around near to 5 to 10% difference in terms of the thermal resolution. For 640 by 512, that gives you around 327 thousandths of pixel. So in each of the pixel, right, they carry an individual temperature point. And of course, there is a super resolution they can actually enhance. By using this camera, it actually double up the whole resolution so that it gives you a way clearer images.
Besides that, I also see NETD, thermal sensitivity of 35 mK.
Yes.
Pretty solid also.
Pretty solid, yes.
I also see that the IFOV 0.68 on the standard lens. Crazy.
Yes.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. So let me touch on the first one. When we talk about the NETD, it's about the sensitivity of a camera. If this is the first time you heard about thermal cameras, you might not know what is NETD. Basically, it is a short form for noise equivalent temperature difference. Of course, the number is smaller, that's the better. So what does 35 millikelvin means? Basically, it just translates to 0.035 degrees Celsius. Just imagine, anything that has a difference of these small little numbers, right? The thermal camera can easily pick up the temperature difference and also be able to feature in this image, right?
Yeah. So very sharp image, right?
Yes, very, very sharp,
Sharp, very
image
clear.
and very, very sensitive.
A few more other specs to point out. We know that there's a 25 hertz frame rate, so that's pretty good for
Yes.
videos. I think it's not the best, but it is very, very good already. We have a 25-degree FOV.
Yes.
Pretty standard, which is good. But I think what I'm excited to get into is the additional things. What's so special about this particular camera? So what we have in front of us is the RM620, and this is the
RT630.
RT630. Look at the size difference. There has to be way more things inside this big one. Okay, and I think one of the things that we've encountered, let's put this aside, is the lens.
Yes.
What lens is on that can be connected to this thing?
So what happened is, as you can see from these two thermal cameras, right? Both of them actually features 640 by 512 resolution.
Same detector size,
Same detectors,
resolution.
yes. In fact, the current lens that these both are holding is actually pretty similar. But what are the advantage of having such a bigger device when I can actually get something way smaller and more handy? Of course, there's a very, very big features that allows this camera to change the lens. So meaning to say that currently, if this is 25 FOV, right? There is a few couple of lenses, if I recall correctly, there's up to 6 different lenses that we can change it to. So we have a standard lens, which is around 25 degree. We do have a telephoto lens, which has a narrow FOV that can actually see way further.
Yeah.
And there is a super telephoto lens, can even go up to 7-degree FOV that
That's
can see
crazy.
way further, right? But other than that, well, because if we are not working on a very far distance, right? And if you know, in Singapore, some of the electrical panels are actually pretty congested. So rather than seeing further, we actually wanted to see way nearer because of the congested environment.
Yeah, it's
so
tight.
exactly. So what this camera can is that it allows us to change to a wide angle lens. From 25, it goes up to 45 degree. So other than that, if you're talking about some R&D applications, right? If you want to see something very, very small, this actually has 2 additional macro lens that allows us to see from 60 micron per pixel and 30 micron per pixel. So put into example is that if today you were to use this thermal camera and measure on my iris, you can actually see it. That's on a super macro, meaning to say that 30 micron per pixel.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think the lens offering is really good for, say, people doing building inspection. If they need something far, and if they pass their colleague, maybe they're doing interiors and stuff like that, something very tight. I think having that option to change between the two is a really, really good feature to have. Whereas I think, if you just have this, you pretty much, you're stuck with this.
Exactly.
So I think if your work requires that range of field of view, then this is clearly a very worth considering option to have. And these two fantastic from, I think you were saying that one of the universities is using this.
Yes.
Right. What kind of applications do you think they will be using for?
So of course, one of the applications, they use it for building environment management. So of course, today, all cameras come with a single lens. So of course, when we try and pitch our sales to them, is saying that if today you are actually standing at a distance from the building and you found that, using this is fine. But what if there will be a situation where there's way further buildings way away and you do not want to just, walk all the way there to actually capture. So what happened is we can actually just, change the lens. Yeah. If you allow me, I can just show it to you guys how
the
to
lens changes.
Yes.
So we are going to try to change, you're going to teach me how to change the lens.
Yeah.
This is standard. We have the zoom and the tele lens, and you're going to show me how fast is it, and then I'm going to try to see how fast I'll take.
Let's see.
So then it'll be a challenge for you also. Like how fast will you take to change the lens?
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Let's start.
Ready, get set, and go.
Okay. I'm just gonna click on here. Change. Done. Okay, use this one. Give you some heads up. Yeah, so yeah, chicken feet. Okay, just turn, and then once I hear the click sound, it's all good. So just press on the confirm button.
Oh,
It actually has everything.
Confirm. Oh, I forgot to stop. About 20 seconds. I think if you found the spot, it will be. I think maybe I can do faster.
Okay, so it's your turn now. You can change to the telephoto lens.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the gesture to press the button for you.
Can. I'm gonna try to be faster than you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Wait, not. Done.
Oh, 11 seconds.
1 second.
So it's just a plug and play that allows us to be very, very fast and efficient way to actually get all the FOV right in this camera itself, so that we don't have to go back to the lab to do whatsoever setup. Right?
Okay. Maybe can you share a little bit more of like maybe the other basic features like battery?
All of this battery actually is rechargeable batteries. In a single package, it comes with 2 batteries that can be charged consecutively. What happens is, if this battery has died off from 6 hours operation, we can just change it and change another one by just slotting this in. So this would be hassle-free for people that's on site. They don't have to go all the way back because they only have 1 battery, right? So this actually comes together in the whole package as a 2 batteries.
How long does the battery life last?
Usually it lasts around 6 hours. It's really depends.
1 battery, 6 hours?
Yes, 1 battery lasts around 6 hours. And of course, if you want to charge it, it costs around, I think it's around 2 to 3 hours to fully charge one.
Okay, pretty good. So I can see it's massive, but surprisingly, it's not too heavy. Right? And a very, very big screen. Other than being able to see more, there has to be other reasons for the big screen. What would that be?
So of course, what happened is for this big screen, they have actually definitely improved from the older version to a way better version. One of the biggest drastic changes is the size of the screen. You can see that we are actually carrying a portable iPhone on here. So what happened is that with this bigger screen, it allows you to see definitely more, and it has a higher resolutions in terms of the digital camera. So, of course, using a bigger screen, nowadays, right, we wanted to use our finger to actually touch screen on every aspect.
Touch screen.
Yes, this is touch screen, and it allows us to do a lot of stuff over here. So having said that, we can even actually create a lot of region of interest, also draw boxes or lines on the screen itself. And on top of that, right after capturing image, right, what happens is that when we capture an image, all of this image is actually radiometric. What do I mean by radiometric is that every single pixel carry a temperature reading. So once I have captured it, I can actually do an analysis on this camera itself. For an instance is that today, if I were to went to the site and take an image, right, when it is stored over here, I can actually go back to our office and do all the analysis being with the camera or without the camera and using a software. So if let's say I want to do everything using this camera, right, it can all be changed using some of the feature here. I can just click on individual points to actually find the temperature that I want. And of course, there will be scenario that, oh Marcus, if I went to the site and take an image, I come back, I forget to actually insert a temperature point over there. What do? Everything can be changed over here. You don't have to go back to the site to take another image because it's gonna take too much of a time.
Right. And I think a lot of older models and maybe cheaper models may be limited, right, in the number of points or even being able to add the points in camera at a later time after you've done your inspection. So I can see that other than the screen size, right, the image is so much sharper, and there has to be another reason. Okay, I'm just teasing, but actually I know the reason. The other reason is that this thing runs on a specific OS.
Yes.
Right? Almost like Android OS as said on the website. So that's crazy. it means that this is like a phone on the camera itself.
Exactly, yes.
Like, so what does that mean? What does it do?
So of course, with the Android OS, right? For some of the geeks out there, you guys might be more familiar with Android. The factory definitely has improved this version to actually, work with the Android version to come up with all the features that what an Android version can do. Just imagine what our Samsung phone can do nowadays when they are running on an Android version.
This one don't have, right?
This one don't have. Yeah.
And I must say, when I first heard the Android, I was a bit concerned because, that would mean it needs more processing power. It's going to be heavier, it's going to be slower. But I must say, it is very speedy. I think phone geeks like myself will know, if the processor is not so fast, right? Getting from like one setting to another is going to be like really slow. But as I'm changing up the options here, it's so fast. It's instantaneous. It's like buying a new phone for like a flagship phone,
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this right now.
Yep. And not only that,
what else can you do?
other than taking an image, right? So just now I was saying that after I capture an image, I wanted to showcase to someone else, right? How do I do it? Actually, it is easy. We can everything can be done using these camera rules. Meaning to say that once I capture an image, I can just create the region of interest. Once I'm done with it, I can even change the emissivity, all the related settings. And once I'm done with it, I can actually export it into a report. And that will be generated into a PDF format on the screen itself. So what happened is, I can actually have the report on this screen itself. So just imagine having everything on this desktop.
Oh, that's crazy. The amount of details in the report. So the report can be generated on the camera itself.
Exactly. So of course, we will be surprised that, today if I were to generate the report here, but how do I extract it? It is very seamless. What happened is, there is a way to do it the traditional way, where we can actually connect to the Type-C cable that is provided to the software, and then we can actually get the PDF copy. Or rather, we can even connect using our smartphone through a Wi-Fi. From there, we can actually extract all the informations and actually get the report on our phone.
Yeah.
And from there, we can even send an email out. Yes, right. Exactly, to all our colleagues or our
customers.
Our customers as well.
So you don't even need to connect it to your computer to generate a report. Everything is done inside the camera. Evan, what do you think about what you've seen so far?
Okay, it's good. It's handy, all in one, and very suitable for people on the road. Especially those in big countries like Malaysia, Thailand. They're never going back to office. They can do it all on the camera.
True. I think we take for granted in Singapore, our office is like less than an hour away. Exactly. But I think for places and situations where you can't go back to the office, you need to generate a report now. This can be done on everything here. And that's quite a game changer, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think I've encountered some where you can do the report on the phone, the app, but not on the camera yet.
Exactly.
So that's quite a big thing on this camera.
Your preventive maintenance strategy is only as effective as your ability to detect early warning signs. Abnormal heat buildup and undetected temperature variations are usually your first indicator of failure, often leading to costly unplanned downtime. By mastering infrared thermography inspections, you'll enhance diagnostic accuracy, uncover hidden heat risk, pinpoint potential faults before they escalate into critical failures. This is where a structured and standards-compliant thermography training framework will help you analyze anomalies with precision, removing all suspicion. At the Institute of Infrared Thermography, we don't just teach, we guide you through the heat. Having already trained and certified thousands of engineering professionals worldwide, we equip you with practical, hands-on skills to perform effective thermal scanning that safeguards your operations. Take the next step in becoming a qualified thermographer today. Join the elite and master the heat. Explore our free infrared training courses just by visiting iirt.sg/free training.
So it's all in one. You can shoot You can do your report, everything on this thing. There are a wide range of lenses, and surprisingly, the weight is not too bad. So it makes it very easy to handle over, I think, long durations. The controls are very easily accessible, as you can see from my thumb position. Everything can be done with just one hand. Of course, you can use your other hand for the touch screen. So that is the unique part that we'll dive into more later.
Can you explain the viewing to another screen or to phone?
You are saying that to do the live view, or
Yeah.
When you're inspecting, you can, because the angle of the camera is not comfortable, you want to view it on the phone.
oh yes. So as I was saying, this actually allows us to connect through Wi-Fi. Meaning to say that once I have my phone with me, I just need to download the apps. It's a free apps. From there, I can actually connect to the hotspot on this. Once it's turned on, then from there, I can actually view whatever this screen is viewing from my smartphone itself. So of course, thanks for bringing that up, Ivan. So what happened is, why do we want to use this kind of tedious communications? One of the very good reasons is because some of the locations that we wanted to measure is actually at up top, that we cannot be possibly be on top and view the screen at the same time. So what happened is, once I've connected to it, I can just view from here, and I can just move my hand to wherever that I am, but not moving my head, but just looking at my screen. I will see all the information over there. But of course, once I have seen the informations or the image that I wanted, I can just capture an image, and then from there we can actually do the post-processing or the processing and analysis from the camera itself.
Can you capture on the phone?
Yes, we do. So unfortunately, when we capture on the phone, it is just a still image, and it is actually all being stored into our gallery.
Into the phone's gallery.
In the phone's gallery.
Will it be stored on the camera also?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
In order to actually capture an image, we need to press on this button, this pistol button.
Right. Okay. So if you're holding it like that, and then you have it as a display, this combination is really good, because if it's too high,
Exactly.
this can be angled to whatever position that will be useful for you, and also you can pass it to somebody, maybe your colleague or your supervisor, who is analyzing the image remotely.
Exactly.
So that feature is really good. I think more and more infrared cameras are having this feature, so it's a very good feature to have.
When we capture an image, since Ivan brought the one all-in-one, right? So in the reality, right, when people are doing electrical inspections, they are not only watching on one single electrical applications. They might be certain electrical panels, maybe up to hundreds or 200s different on a single day. So what happens is, we can just capture an image, and we can actually add up voice annotations to actually be included in the save file. So when we do the analysis, we can actually play our own voice, and we'll be able to see that which locations and which panels that we are actually measuring, so that it will not have duplicates and stuff like that. Yeah.
So while you are inspecting, it's kind of like a note taker without having to write anything.
Exactly.
Right. Very cool feature to have, I think.
So when we talk about the focusing, like most of the thermal camera also does, is that there will be situations where when we try and do the focusing, we will require to have some of the temperature contrast, because without that, we can't actually get a very clear image.
Right.
But this wouldn't be the case for this camera. It actually has a laser assisted focus. There's a laser rangefinder that actually be able to tell the distance, and at the same time,
Help
we'll be
you
able
focus.
to do the focus on our own. So in a scenario where if we wanted to focus on a piece of wall which doesn't have any temperature difference, we can actually just use the other setting, the laser assistant, press on the one button, it will let us know the distance, and at the same time do the focusing for us.
Right.
Yeah.
And the laser focusing, if something is blocking, but you want to focus on something behind
Yes.
this object, that laser will go through and focus on the object behind.
Exactly.
Right.
So this is actually very selective focusing, unlike using the traditional way of using the temperature difference focusing. Because on a single screen itself with so many different components, right? We might want to, selectively find the special components, the components that we are interested on. And we can just point the laser focus, point it to there, they will do the distance measurement and do the focusing so that we don't get affected by other components that is different distances.
Right. So can you share a bit more about the potential application for this camera? Like maybe some of your customers, like what have they used it for, especially in Singapore context, what is its use case? Building, electrical, and like for those examples, like what makes this better than like other cameras?
Like I said, this is all in one. It has all the versatility that a thermal cameras can do. And having said that, it also allows us to be able to do everything using the camera alone without using our phone, our laptops. It also allows us to change the lens into different field of view and different type of distance and also the size of it. So if you ask me what are the applications, right? Well, they will be massive. If I'm going to say everything out, I'm going to sign an NDA.
Okay.
So of course, today I'm not going to name anyone, but there is a lot of customers that use it for facade measurement. Like just now like I explained, they allow us to actually use different lens to actually capture on different distance.
Right.
Other than that, we also have customers that actually wanted to see small little heat changes in a very, very small components. Like they want to identify a special material. When they heat it up, when will they get deformed? So they use a thermal camera being mounted on the lab environment to actually see from there.
Right.
And of course, some of the deformations, right, actually changes distance. So imagine if just a piece of blank piece of materials, right, over time when it gets heated up, it can actually get deformed. So when it get deformed, right, these two parts will no longer be focused anymore. So the advantage of this camera, if we want, right, we can actually do an autofocus that allows, or even use a laser assisted focus to actually focus on the distance that is different.
Right. So when it bends, because we can tell the distance, that will also indicate when it starts to bend, it starts to warp.
Exactly.
So we can see not just from a temperature change, but even a physical change.
Exactly. Not only that, we do have customers that, because I think we didn't touch about the temperature range. The standard temperature range from this is from -20 all the way to 650 degrees. It has an option to go up to as high as 1,500 degrees. So if you are talking about fire analysis, they can actually use this thermal camera with the higher temperature options to actually measure on that. Even for molding industry, they wanted to identify what is their mold plate temperature. This thermal camera can definitely do that as well.
Right. So in the manufacturing and in I think industries where high heat is very important to keep track of, this can go up to 1,500 degrees.
Yes,
exactly. That's quite a range.
So all in all is all the versatility that what this camera can do, and it has all the options for different customer needs.
But at the same time, I also noted that because of the really small, minute temperature change that it picks up, even I guess water leakage.
Yes,
you can tell, because I think our experience is sometimes when there's damp surfaces, other cameras may not show the temperature difference as much because of maybe the thermal sensitivity.
Exactly.
So wet parts may not look as obvious as on something like this, there's so low NETD.
Exactly. So of course, for this kind of builders, interior designers, they are always on the lookout to actually identify water seepage, to ensure that the insulations are all working fine even after a rainy days, right? So the users of our cameras, definitely when we propose to them, we need to ensure that they have a really suitable, the lowest NETD and the better resolution to actually allows them to do the work. Of course, today people will ask me, Marcus, I think my camera works just fine, right? with a higher NETD. There will be situations where at a very low temperature differences, the camera that they were using might not be able to tell. But for this camera, no matter how low is it, right? Because it has a 35 millikelvin NETD, it can definitely detect. So you do not have two trips, Like today, I use a more inferior thermal camera to go and check, and I couldn't find it. Then the next day, I bring another higher end one. So why do we want to waste two trips into this kind of situations? By having one thermal camera, it should be able to tell everything already.
Right.
And they must, with this camera, they are confident that if you go over there and there is no temperature difference, they know that there will definitely be no water seepages.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's so sensitive, right?
Exactly.
Definitely. So I think the usage for something that's so sensitive definitely includes like people doing water seepage checks, inspections, definitely interior buildings, right?
Is it important to have a good display?
A good display is definitely crucial, because what happens is if they were to go to that scenario, and though they have a very high sensitivity thermal cameras, but just because of their display, it's not high resolution enough. It cannot portray out to the users on what are the differences. That would defeat the purpose. Not only that, it also allows us to capture a video that is radiometric. Meaning to say that for some of the R&D applications, that when they want to measure the temperature over time graph, they can actually capture a video, let's say a video of a minute or 2 minutes, right? They can actually select the individual point. From there, it will be able to tell the temperature difference over time. Of course, not only on a single point, but whether we want to create a different region of interest, such as rectangle, round shape, it can all be done as well. And all of this can be exported into Excel file. Then they can do it for their research paper and stuff like that.
So the Excel file is like every frame will be one Excel spreadsheet, essentially.
Essentially,
For videos,
for an image, right? Let's say if I were to insert 3 points and a rectangle, plot over time graph, right? It will be time versus 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and the rectangle region of interest are temperature readings in a single Excel file.
Oh, already plotted.
Yes, already plotted. Exactly.
All this in the report.
Correct.
Right.
And this camera is as fast as 25 Hz, meaning to say that 1 single second captures 25 Hz.
Right.
So if you have a very, very high speed applications, right, the camera will be there to pick it up, to identify when is the peak, even to the milliseconds. Of course, some of the applications, they do not need it to be so fast. We can actually change it to be, it can be as a few seconds one image, or even 1 second a few image. It can be done. It's all in the settings itself.
Do you have a time lapse?
Time lapse, yes. So yeah, time lapse is the correct word. So what happened is we can even do 20 seconds time lapse and take an image. We can do that as well.
Do you
These
know
are
how
all-
long, like the time lapse, what's the duration of the time lapse, or until no more storage?
The time lapse, so usually time lapse we are talking about more than 1 second per image, right? So it's gonna be very long. So the one that's really taking a lot of storage one is actually at the high speed imaging, which is 25 image per second. So that one, easily this can take up to an hour.
I think let's move on to how the camera performs, whereas you're using it, as well as the reporting. How easy, how fast is that to do? I think that's the other section that we are very interested to see more of.
Okay, Marcus, please show us what this thing can do.
Okay, I'm just gonna go through some of the key features here.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened is that when you see on this big screen, right, it has all the information on one big screen, right? Over here,
And it's touchscreen.
and it is touchscreen,
Yeah.
right? So what happened is, let me go through the one that's more important one.
Yeah.
Let's say if today we wanted to change the emissivity, just touch on the top right button, we will be able to see all the environment parameters on a single screen, and we can actually adjust it
Yeah.
immediately, and it will actually show the information here. We can change the emissivity, reflectance temperature, even the distance, and other like ambient temperature and also the atmospheric temperature as well.
Yeah.
So once we are done, we can just click on this, and then all the information is actually changed based on the emissivity of 0.9 that I just changed.
Yeah.
We can also change the temperature range. I can just click on this A button here, which is currently auto.
Yeah.
I can just move this to actually play around with the temperature range.
Yeah. Wow.
Move on this and change it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So
The
everything.
interface is really quite simple and easy to use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Other than that, we can also change our viewing in a way that, let's say, if I wanted to have a look at the fusion, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, in the fusion, I will be able to see everything from the digital
The percentage, yeah.
and all the way to the thermal images.
Yeah.
You can see the differences here.
Right.
Other than that, there's also a picture-in-picture. Let's say if I want to see more informations. And one of the more attractive information about this is that we can actually change. By just moving over here.
You can move the P and P.
Exactly. And sometimes based on the distance, right?
Yeah.
We might need to, move this one so that it is actually
Align.
all aligned already.
Right.
So this is all very, very user-friendly.
Yes.
In a sense.
Yes.
And other than that, it also allows to see the whole digital image. The digital image definitely is because it has a bigger resolutions, hence it shows everything.
Yeah.
Very, very wide angle, right? So let me just switch back to here. So the next things I want to change is that we can only change into different color palettes.
Yes.
Depends on different applications. Some of the customers likes to see in a black hot view, meaning to say that black color is hot. And from there, we can actually, other than we can also change it to high contrast mode or even ruby color. But all in all, humans scientifically like to see this color, the iron bow. So when you see this is the usual thermal images that humans like to see, right?
Right.
So these can be changed in a single button. Other than that, let's say if today we wanted to add region of interest, meaning to say that I wanted to look at the temperature at the center, it will immediately show me. Or if I want to add the hottest point and the coolest point, it will actually automatically find the hottest spot.
Yeah.
And the temperature will actually be previewed here.
The top left, right? Yeah.
Yes, the top left. If I wanted to add more temperature points, I can just click on this button and I can just point. Can even move it.
Right.
And other than that, we can even,
scroll down.
everything is so many informations here.
Yeah.
We can even add a line, or we can even add a
an
rectangle.
area. Yeah.
And then we can move around as well. These are all very comprehensive one button touch screen.
Yep.
Right? Okay, let me just remove all this region of interest. It might be too much.
Yep.
Right. Okay, just keep one of these. The low over here. Alright. So then there's another one, which is the laser ranging. You can see that currently we can actually see the distance, and it actually is very, very accurate. Look at
It will show the distance on the display itself. Oh, wow.
Exactly. So it shows exactly the point that we are measuring. So why is this important? Is because the laser ranging is not at the center.
Yeah.
It shows us that it is actually diverted, and the most important thing is measuring on the same object. So when I was talking about different components, right, that I wanted to focus based on the distance, right?
Yeah.
I can just play around with the laser ranging to ensure that this captures the distance and do the autofocus for us. Right?
So whenever this laser ranging is on, the autofocus is also on. So it will focus depending on what this laser hits.
Exactly. This is in one of the settings. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just remove this.
Cool.
Cool. So other than that, there is a lot of things over here that we can change. So of course, like the temperature units, the temperature range, and also I want to bring a focus to this focusing mode. There is this one-click contrast, and there is another one which is the laser assisted focus. So if I were to change to the laser assisted focus, right? When I do the focusing, let's say I focus it will be based on my hand, different distance, right? So if you were to, I do one more time, it will be based on your hand.
Right.
So if you remove your hand, I do another one time, it will actually get focused on that exactly,
It's quite
based on the distance,
Yeah.
right? Another feature, which is the standard one, which is the one click, where it can actually see when there is a contrast, it will do autofocus.
Okay.
So what happened is, right now, I wanted to, what is this? If I wanted to add some of the threshold to say that, oh, anything that is below 29.5, it will show me color. The rest is higher than that. These are all what we call the isometric.
Yeah.
Isometric, where we can even put a name with them, right? This is on the cool spot.
Yeah.
And there is a one that is for the hotter spot.
Is there one where you can see the digital photo and then mix in with the thermal for the areas that is within the range?
If we want to look at both, right, it's gonna be the same settings just now.
Oh,
On this one.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
like that.
fusion.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
So of course we can turn the isometric on and at the same time look at the different fusion.
Okay.
There is one more setting I want to point out to you is that about the sampling frequency. Remember I talked about the frame rate, meaning to say that if we were to put 25 Hertz, right, meaning to say that in the video format, an image a second can actually capture up to 25 images, radiometric informations, right? If I wanted to take in terms of the time lapse, I would just go to the interval where actually I can take 1,000 images, 1,000 seconds, but only capture one images. So of course that would go on forever.
Right.
Okay, so let me just use this first. Other than that, let me see. There's a lot of different reporting templates that you can do when you get this, and you can actually put some prefix to your file names whenever you take an image.
Okay.
Okay. The rest are thing. These are all the analysis functions that if you guys are interested, I can just show it to you guys next time. But for the purpose of this video, let me bring your focus to the power of this. How can it actually create a video at this top speed, right? So let's say if I were to want to go to the site and capture on this electrical dB, I just click on this image. And once I have measured the image, right? Once I have captured the image, I can actually do additional information, which I can even scribble.
Wow.
Okay, so if I'm done, if I'm done, then I'm just gonna go to, I can even add additional temperature point after capturing image, right? Additional temperature point if I'm happy with this, and I can even change the color palettes. Okay. Once I'm done with everything, I'm happy with this, I can just save this and go back to my image save file. I can even create a report.
Wow.
And you will see the whole report being showcased here. So of course, do not be overwhelmed by all this information because these are all the settings that we have done. Yeah.
So this one, in terms of the report layout, can you adjust that?
So what happened is, this is a standard layout, but if you want to add the prefix name, you want to add your logo, it can all be done in one of the settings earlier on. Or if you want to have a more comprehensive reports, right, you can actually extract the files from here. All the files were actually here. in this file format, right, we can transfer it to our software, and then we can actually tabulate it and also be able to add the text file that we want and create a more comprehensive video.
In terms of the report template, can you like choose what to be included, what to be excluded, the position of the image? Like, can you do like side by side?
Yes, it can be done, but that will be using the laptop software, because all in all, though this is all in one, right? People, when they are carrying this, right, they also do not want to waste too much time, doing with the reports. Usually, it's more on a quick, comprehensive report generation, and then they can actually just send it out to all the stakeholders or their customers.
Okay.
Yeah. So, of course, all the images here, all the reports, it can all be saved immediately through the Wi-Fi to get downloaded into your smartphone. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And there's also a possibility of this being sent out directly from the camera as well.
Exactly. So what happened is, the beauty of this is that it allows us to insert a SIM card. If you have a 4G or 5G SIM card, we just insert to it, and this camera is just another phone with a thermal camera.
Yeah.
Of course, you cannot take phone calls, but then you can send all the information to the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. This is like a gigantic upgrade from this kind of mobile phones with an infrared camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is
the
the other way.
The other way. Yeah, it's the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nowadays it's all about IoT right now.
Yes.
So these are really, really big through on these thermal cameras.
So today we had a closer look at the RT630. Pretty impressive stuff, I must say, for what is available in the market right now. Of course, it's always better for you to get your hands dirty, to actually come and try it out for yourself to see whether or not it's really applicable for yourself. Of course, here we just want to show you all its capabilities, but ultimately you're the one who's going to pull the trigger for the pay button. Not this trigger, but your pay button. Yeah, so we want to thank Marcus so much for coming down to join us for our first episode. We hope to see him for many more episodes to share his insights on the industry, as well as maybe newer models that comes out in the future. And if you have any burning questions, feel free to let us know. Feel free to ask him too. I mean, you can just contact him and ask for a demo yourself, right? If this video isn't enough, you want to see more. So we want to thank you so much for joining us today. See you next time, Marcus.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and do contact us. I think our number will be here.
We'll see. We'll put it somewhere. Down, up, sideways. We'll put it somewhere.
I think over here.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, bye bye.